YouTube, it's your girl Simply JoJo, and I'm back with another video. So if you guys been watching me, you guys already know I did a top 20 Netflix suggestions. So I'm back with my top 10 Hulu binge-worthy TV shows. Period, y'all. Period. So I got my robe on. Got my light together. Got my juice. And I got my popcorn. This is how you should be when you're watching these shows. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm dropping the shows that'll make you stay inside for days. For days. I don't know if you guys are in quarantine or out of quarantine, but if you're in quarantine, you're welcome. If you're not in quarantine, you're welcome. If you don't have anything better to do, you're welcome. Okay? So without further ado, we're just gonna get started. Number 1, I put all these together because like they're spin-offs. So it's 90 Day Fiancé, 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, and there's a spin-off called The Chantel Family. Y'all, I know, like, yes, that's just one, okay? Because this whole, like, 90 Day Fiancé, like, franchise that TLC made, look, all I'm gonna say is, it's a reality TV show. Basically, these people, they fall in love with somebody that's overseas, and basically in order for them to get their spouse to live in the United States, they have to apply for a K-1 visa. So a K-1 visa is a fiancé visa. So basically they have 90 days from the moment that they hit the United States to get married, or they'll be deported. And when I say drama, that's all this show is serving. Drama, family drama. People like, oh no, don't marry him, he just wants to be in the United States and leave you, blah 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 blah. I mean, there was a real instance where that actually happened, and I felt so bad for the woman. But like, I don't know, she kind of should have saw that one coming, because I'm not gonna go too much into it, but like, there was a huge age gap between them, and literally he did exactly what her family thought he was gonna do. He literally got married to her and then left her a month after the wedding. That's not funny, but it's funny because the drama that goes on in the show. Drama. The next show is American Horror Stories. Y'all, American Horror Stories. It's literally, every season has a different theme, but it's all centered around like horror. It's a horror story. It's like weird, dark. So the first season is the haunted house, the haunted mansion. This family moves into they move into this house, and basically there's a lot of spirits, there's a lot of weird things that go on in the house. They have a season that's a haunted hotel. There's a covenant one, which has to do with witches. They had a freak show. They called it Freak Show because it was centered around, it was like the world's tallest person, world's most flexible person, those type of people. Moving on. Next TV show, Family Matters. If you guys didn't watch this when you were a child, please watch it. Like, watch it as like a grown adult. It's such a great show. It's literally an old time show. Basically, it's centered around a black family, and it's one of those shows like where at the end of every episode there's a life lesson. You learn something, like they explain something to you. Like there was definitely an episode about racial profiling. So to give you a little bit backstory about this family, Carl Winslow, who is the father of, like the father, he basically is a cop. He's a cop. His wife works in a mall as like a manager. You know, they have 3 kids. Laura, I forgot the older male's name, and the young child, I forgot her name too, because Laura's more important. I don't want to say she's more important, but like she's like always in every episode. And then they have an annoying neighbor, Steve Urkel, who's in love with Laura. I know, y'all did I do that? Yeah, y'all all know this. Y'all all know that. That is the show. But other than it being comedic, it actually does, like, it does have a lot of life lessons. Growing up, they had an episode where Urkel, they had spiked his drink. Some people that he thought were his friends had spiked his drink, and he was drunk. And basically they had a talk with him about why peer pressure wasn't like a good thing, to like fall into peer pressure and all these other things. Great show. Is Little Fires Everywhere. I think it's a Hulu original. No, it's not. It's based on a book. And basically, when I say this show is so good, I wish they had more than 1 season. It is literally 1 season. Hopefully they're coming out with a new second season soon, hopefully. But that show is basically centered around an artist who is basically running from her past. She's running from her past, trying to shape her future with her daughter. They don't live in a place longer than like a couple of months. And basically they run into this family. They move to like Shaker Heights. That's what it's called, Shaker Heights. And her daughter ends up falling in love with the community and wanting to stay, and a whole turn of events. Like just the people who rented them the house. Basically, it becomes a whole big drama between the main character, this artist, versus the person that she's renting her home from. And their whole lives end up becoming intertwined. And it makes both women think about what they've done in their lives and like the people that they are. Everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris. Yeah, I love that show. It's so funny. Like, this is one of the, like, if you're having a bad day, watch Everybody Hates Chris. I swear to you, you'll feel better. But I used to watch it and laugh all the time, but it's really messed up how he was treated. Like, he was the only one of his siblings to go to all-white school, and they basically, anything that had to do with black people. Oh, well, how did that feel? How did slavery feel? How does it feel to be a black kid? And he would just be sitting in the class, poor little kid just be sitting in the class like, and he used to get bullied all the time because none of the kids liked them because they were racist. The next show, The Act. The Act is about, I don't know if you guys heard about, it's like basically this, it's a true story based on a woman named Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And what had happened was her mom basically all her life told her that she was sick, told her she couldn't walk, she had cancer, she had high blood pressure. It was, and the list goes on and on. the amount of like illnesses her mom told her that she had. She literally spent most of her time in a wheelchair, and she had 2 walking feet. Her mom spent every day shaving her head bald. She did not have cancer. She didn't have any illnesses, to the point where her brain really did, it's not her brain didn't develop, but like she spoke like she has this squeaky high-pitched voice. She spoke like a child. She acted like a child. She thought like a child, until one day she had met this guy online because she was getting interested in like guys, because her mom completely lied about her age as well. Because if I'm not mistaken, her mom, I forgot what age her mom was telling her that she was. She was actually years older. Years. Like, I think it was like at least 7 years older than what her mom was saying that she was. I think her mom was telling everybody that she was 10 or something like that. She was actually 17. It was all this. Her mom was completely lying to her about everything and making her take medications for illnesses she doesn't have. Her mom was making her take medications. Until one day she met a guy. She wanted to be with him. Her mom was like, no, you're not leaving me. No. So she devised this whole plan to kill her mother and live with this new man. Like, murder. She ended up having this man murder her mother. And to this day, she's in like prison. But it was so, like, when people heard her story, because people were donating to her, like, she was like the Make-A-Wish Foundation and all this, people, they bought her a house. Like, they made and bought her a house in a community because her house was damaged in Hurricane Katrina. So they bought and they bought her the land and made her a house. Everybody thinking that it's some sick, poor child, this, that, and the third. She can't walk. She can't do this. She can't do this for herself. She's such a babe. All lies. Lies. Grown. Like, she was grown and she didn't even know that she was grown. Next. Bones. So, Bones... You guys watch CSI Miami? CSI New York? Law and Order SVU? Bones is literally one of those crime investigation shows. I'm gonna say movies, sorry. Shows. But basically, she's a forensic analysis. Person examines the bones to figure out the cause of death. And with the help of her partner, they take down these serial killers, these murderers, and stuff like that. Number 7. My Name is Earl. I love this show. It's so funny. So basically, Earl was a messed up guy. Like, he did a lot of things in his life. And he was doing it with no regrets, no nothing. And then one day he won the lottery. He won the lottery and then ended up getting hit by a car. Boom. Got hit by a car. And from that moment, he wrote down a list of everything wrong that he did in his life. And decided to change his bad karma to good karma. So he was going to make up for everything that he's done. He's done a lot. Things that people don't know he's done. Like, he did a lot of things to people, and when he was going to make it right, people were like, you did what? That was you? It's so funny. Worth watch. Number 8 is One Tree Hill. It's one of those teen high school movies that's like, oh, So basically, it's centered around the Scotts, Lucas Scott and Nathan Scott. They are half brothers. One is rich and wealthy. The other one is like middle class. So basically, they have the same father, but Lucas, his father, which is his father's name is Dean, does not claim Lucas. Like, doesn't claim Lucas at all, because that was his high school sweetheart's child. He had a child with her, and he refuses to claim him. Then the woman that he's married to, who he has a child with, which is Nathan, he basically raised him all his life. But basically, they all live in the same small town. They ended up all living in the same small town. Nathan is super rich, popular, basketball player, just like his father. And then Lucas is just a regular kid, and he gets made fun of all the time because they're like, oh, well, your daddy didn't want you. Your daddy didn't want to stay with you. Your daddy doesn't want to claim you, because they still both have the same last name, and it's a small town. So everybody knows, like, oh, like, Nathan and Lucas are brothers, but one is rich and one is living wealthy, and the other one, him and his mom, are struggling at their little shop. So it follows their story and how they go from enemies to friends. They fall in love, become adults, all that. My last and final TV show, Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Boop, boop, boop. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Dun, 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 dun. And if you do a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. And you're welcome. Golden Girls. Love that show. It follows these 4 women living together. So we got Dorothy, Rose, Sophia, and Blanche. Sophia is Dorothy's mother, and she's the oldest of the bunch. But they're all older women above like their 50s and up. And basically they live together, and it's like they develop a stronger friendship by going through everything together. Like Sophia, she's literally the most honest person that you'll probably ever meet. She tells it like it is. She tells the girls when they're doing something stupid. Blanche's more practical. She's like more stuck up, more like uptight. Rose is just always in La La Land. She's never here. She's never just here with you. She's always in La La Land. She acts like a 15-year-old child. 15, that's too old. A 5-year-old child. And it's just a great show to watch. It's funny. Even though it's an old show, I think a lot of people would love it. So thank you for watching my video. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And let me know if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video.